Welcome to Education Today. I'm Cassie Leone of Armstrong High School in the Armstrong School District. Over the last several years, we have had visitors from our own school district, as well as guests from the county commissioners and county judges, to representatives from Haven and Healthy Armstrong. Here at Education Today, we strive to bring our viewers at home a wide range of topics and organizations. The commitment allows the community to become more well-informed of the opportunities that are there for them, as well as allows the organizations that make up our community to spread the word about what they have to offer. Tonight we continue that trend as we welcome in another educational entity to talk about their organization. Welcome to Education Today. Would you please introduce yourselves, where you work, and your roles in that organization?
My name is Barry Spursky, and I am the Head Start Director for Armstrong County Community Action Agency.
My name is Amy Hartzell, and I am a parent of a child at Head Start, and I'm also the Head Start Policy Council Chair.
What is the Head Start program?
The Head Start program started about 50 years ago as a program to support preschoolers of low-income families. Head Start program supports school readiness for children ages birth to 5 in low-income families by supporting their development in lots of different comprehensive ways. Head Start programs offer a variety of service models, from home-based programs to center-based programs, based on whatever the needs in their community are. Our particular program is a center-based program, which means that all of our classrooms all of our programming is based out of classroom. Our program supports the growth and development of the children through those program settings from an educational standpoint, from a health standpoint, and from a family services standpoint. So it's a variety of comprehensive services, not just a preschool. The early learning is provided from the standpoint of where we foster individualization from learning experiences through relationships with adults, play and planned and spontaneous instruction. Children grow in many aspects of their development. They progress in their social skills as well as their emotional well-being and language and literacy and learning through that educational setting. From a health perspective, children develop motor skills, physical development, fine motor skills. They also develop learn nutritional skills from healthy eating habits, safety habits, hand washing, just general things like that. Family well-being, we support not only the children in our programs, but we support the families in our programs as well, helping the families prepare for their children to go to school. We have family service workers that work with our children and our families so that the family as a whole unit is prepared for them to go to school.
So how are children with disabilities included in this program?
The children with disabilities are included in our program because our Head Start performance standards tell us that we have to have 10% of our children with disabilities. What we do is we provide developmental screenings at the beginning of each school year, and from those developmental screenings that Life Steps provides for us, then referrals are made to the parents to say, hey, there's something that, an area of your child's development they may need some assistance with. And in that process, then a therapist from the Aaron Intermediate Unit in Indiana will come in and do an evaluation. From there, once that evaluation is done, if a need for services is necessary, then an IEP will be created for that child. That IEP will be shared with the teachers so that the teacher can work on individualization with the families.
So could you tell us, what are your teachers' qualifications?
Our teacher qualifications are very much the same as they are in an educational setting like they are in elementary school. All of our teachers are required to have either a bachelor's or an associate's in early childhood or child development based on whatever their classroom setting needs. Or any related field, be it early elementary education or child development. Some of our teachers have master's degrees in those as well. We have a classroom set up where we have a head teacher, an assistant teacher, and a classroom aide. We're only required to have a teacher and an assistant and a classroom aide. But in our setting, what we've seen is that it's better for our classrooms if we have 3 adults to support the learning of the children. Our assistant teachers all have the same degrees as our head teachers, so that in the event that the head teacher isn't there, then we have a qualified teacher in that place. We are very fortunate in our organization that we've had some of our teachers there with us for over 30 years.
Wow.
Which shows our teachers' commitment to the children in this community.
I'm sure that's really beneficial on the students too.
Yes.
So can you tell me where your centers are located?
Our centers are located throughout Armstrong County. We have 1 center located in Freeport. We have 2 centers located in Apollo. We have 1 center located in Dayton, 1 center located in Rural Valley. We have another center located in Katanning, and we have 6 centers located in Ford City.
So you're very spread out then.
Yes.
Is there transportation?
There is not transportation provided, but because we're so spread out within the community, we are able to service the children in each of those communities with where our centers are located. Transportation is provided to children that have disabilities through the Aaron Intermediate Unit, where they will assign transportation, working in conjunction with the parents to make sure that transportation is provided to those children so that they get the services they need.
And what are the income guidelines for the Head Start program?
The income guidelines for Head Start are based on the poverty level of the families. So all of our families have to meet that 100% or 130% income guideline. So a family of 4 in our community, if they make less than $25,100, would be qualified to attend our Head Start programs.
How do families enroll their children?
They can enroll in our Head Start program by contacting our main office at Armstrong County Community Action. Sherry Platko is our Family Services Coordinator, and she handles all of the enrollments. They can contact a family service worker, which are located in our centers in Ford City, and they can also contact any of the teachers at any of the locations in which we're located.
Do children have to be potty trained to enroll?
Children do not have to be potty trained. One of the things that we found is almost a monkey see, monkey do attitude, where when children who aren't potty trained are around lots of children who are potty trained, it prompts them to want to try those skills, and they become potty trained a lot quicker in that aspect.
Yeah.
We also work with families to share some of the strategies we use to potty train their children so that they can duplicate those skills at home.
What partnerships exist between the Head Start and the community?
There are lots of different partnerships that we have with Head Start in the community. One of them is with the school districts throughout Armstrong County. Our biggest one is with Armstrong School District. We are very fortunate that Dr. Cheryl Solosky serves on our policy council. She has been a big supporter of the program throughout the years, and she shares lots of information that we take back to our teachers to use to help with school readiness and transitioning to kindergarten. One of our schools is located in Dayton Elementary School. Dr. Giancola goes and visits the classroom and reads to our children. The teachers and the staff there work really well on transitioning our children when they go to school at Dayton. We participate in the literacy fair and the Title I learning events that Armstrong has as well. And we are working with our teachers on implementing the Foundations program so that the children already have the skills that the school district uses to teach phonics and writing skills. We partner with the Freeport School District as well, the same way we do with the Armstrong School District, so that our children can transition easier into their schools. The kindergarten teachers come down and read to our students because one of our centers is located there. We work with the Apollo Ridge School District in transitioning our children We go to kindergarten transition meetings. We participate in their early learning fair that they have each spring. And then we work with all the school districts in registering our children for kindergarten. Our family service workers work with our families to get them the kindergarten registration packets that they need to assist them in scheduling the appointments and things like that. So that's how we work with the school districts. The WIC office provides screening for our children at the beginning of the year upon enrollment. They work with our teachers in the classroom to provide nutritional activities via the Power Up program. We work with the doctor's offices in the area for referrals for our children. We also work with them on finding them medical and dental homes so that they get their health assessments and the shots and the necessary care that they need from a health perspective.
You can tell it's really overall beneficial for these kids. Like
It is a very comprehensive services program, and so it's nice to see all the involvement we have in the community. One of my favorite partnerships is we're fortunate to have one of our centers located in the Katanning Health Center, and it's very when we put our center there, people were like, "You're putting your center in the health center? That's where our senior residents are located." And I said, yes, it's going to be a beneficial program because we're going to do some intergenerational programming.
That's really cool.
And we've gone downstairs with the residents. They've sang songs to them. They trick-or-treated with them at Halloween. They took Valentine's down with them. And then one day, when it was a snowy day, they had a paper ball snowball fight with the residents. And
I'm sure it's a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun to see that. Those pictures are actually posted on the county's website, so you can see some of those. But that's one of my favorite partnerships that we have in this community, that we are able to provide that intergenerational programming. The county commissioners were very beneficial in helping us move forward with that process, and so it's been very beneficial for us and for the residents. I think it's a very enjoyable experience for everyone involved. One of the other partnerships that we have is with the eye doctors in the area. Dr. Dupstat, Dr. Apalco, and Dr. Lobby all close their offices for a whole day, and we bus our Head Start children in, and they provide all of the eye screenings for our children that are needed, which is part of the Head Start performance requirements. They do that at no cost to our parents. And so that's a very beneficial partnership, and we appreciate that so greatly, that they're willing to take time out of their day and provide services for our children, and it shows that they have such community support for what we're doing in our program.
Can you tell us, how are parents involved in the program?
Parents are involved in lots of different ways. They are asked each month to provide activities or program suggestions for what they want their children to be learning in the classrooms. They are involved in volunteering in the classrooms from the aspect of, just coming in and volunteering on a day-to-day basis. Amy does a lot of that. They participate in special events that we have, be it field trips within the community, special guest speakers that come in. Amy has been a big part of getting guest speakers to come in, not just for her classroom, but for other classrooms as well. Parents are also participants on what we have is a policy council. It's our governing board that is required by the Head Start performance standards, and that governing board consists of parents like Amy who meet each month and are involved in not just what's going on in Head Start in their classrooms, but program planning as a whole. Where do we want to go as an organization? What do we need in our community to better serve our kids and our families? And so they are involved in decision making, from budgeting, program planning, goal setting. And so it's a big responsibility, and they only serve as volunteers. They receive no compensation for it. We spend a lot of time each month at those meetings, and it's been very beneficial for us, because not only do we get their involvement, but we see things from their perspective, because sometimes as when you're planning programming as an administrator, you look at things through one lens, but when we have that parent perspective, it's very, very beneficial for us to look at things from another perspective and see how things go with them.
All right, well, thank you. And now we're going to take a short break. We'll be back in a minute to talk more about the Head Start program. Stay tuned.
Success. We see it every day. Hundreds of majors and programs, bachelor's degrees to PhDs, small classes, internationally known faculty who are committed to your success. Real-world experiences to guide you on your career and life path. An alumni network 120,000 strong. I'm IUP President Mike Driscoll. Visit us. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
I'm Indiana County Sheriff Bob Fyhock. We are all proud of Indiana County, but we must be worried about the negative growth of drugs and alcohol abuse. It is the responsibility of all of us, parents, teachers, and community leaders, to provide the best possible education to our youth in the prevention of drug and alcohol abuse. The law is a deterrent, but education is still our best protection. Help keep Indiana safe and drug-free. For more information on how to talk to your kids about drugs and alcohol, go to the AboveTheInfluence.com, brought to you by the Armstrong, Indiana Drug-Free Communities Coalition.
The brain is a remarkable organ. It's almost infinite in its capacity. Its ability to reach its full potential is limited by only one thing: the heart. For if the heart isn't fully engaged in what you're doing, if you have no drive, no passion, the brain will simply go through the motions. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
And we're back with Education Today. Tonight we are talking about the Armstrong County Community Action Agency Head Start program with Barry Spersky and Amy Hartzell. What is a policy council service project, and why is it done each year?
The Policy Council each year picks a activity or service project to do to improve our involvement within the community. We do it every year as part of our community service collaboration and collaboration within the community.
Tell us about this year's Policy Council service project.
This year, Policy Council met, and as a group, we all brought different ideas to the table. We did decide this year to do a project we have named the Book Stop. A lot of people in the community is probably aware of a project called the Little Libraries. It's going to be very similar to that project. We will be putting up different birdhouses or boxes within the community, and they will be filled with books that parents could come and take a book and or leave a book at any time they want at no cost.
That's really nice. How does the Book Stop project work? Well,
the project works right now. We're going to partner with different agencies and businesses within the community. They have agreed to donate boxes. I have a few more agencies I'm reaching out to still. They're going to build the boxes, decorate them how they'd like. We'll have them installed and then fill them with books, and then the families can come out and get a book, take a book, leave a book, however they'd like to do. We will be hopefully also able to put enrollment applications so that families who might not be able to make it into the centers or into an office to get an enrollment application for their child will be able to get an application out of the box as well.
so can you tell us where these boxes will be located? Where can the public go and donate?
The boxes themselves will be located at each Head Start center. We're going to put them in each of the communities where we do have a Head Start. So there'll be one out in Shannock, one in Katanning, there'll be in Ford City, as well as in Apollo and Dayton as well.
So who are you partnering with in the community for the Policy Council service project?
Right now we are partnering with a lot of different agencies and organizations, which we're very proud of, considering Head Start does like to partner with a lot of different organizations, and this project was one that allowed us to even further that. So right now I have been in contact with the Salvation Army. We have been in contact with the Katanning Library, the Ford City Library. I have a Girl Scout troop out of Garrett's Run building us a box right now. I also have a Boy Scout troop that's going to build one. My husband and I own a business, and we will be building one and donating one. It's a lot of different organizations, and it's in a lot of different ways, because some organizations are donating boxes, some are donating the books themselves. Cheryl Solowski was great and willing to partner with us on helping get some flyers out to all the students about the project. So a lot of different partnerships are going into this.
How can the public donate to or assist with the service project?
Well, right now we are in the process of finalizing up a flyer, and Cheryl has been kind enough to be willing to send one out with the students. So the students in Armstrong School District will be receiving a flyer shortly, and they will be able to donate any used books they would like to send in. There will be boxes in all the schools' lobbies where they will be kept until we pick them up. Also, they can always donate at any of the Head Start centers. They also could donate them at Community Action as well.
Where will the book stop boxes be located? You said at your centers.
Yes.
Where can the community get updates on the project?
As far as updates, we will be putting it on the Community Action social media page. We also will, in the future, be contacting the local newspapers and so forth to let the community know when the project is completed and up and running for them to be able to come out and use the books.
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about for our viewers at home?
One of the things about this service project that is so fitting for our organization is that each year our program has to set goals for what we expect to accomplish throughout the year. And one of our goals was the increase in language and literacy skills for our children and our families. And this Book Stop project will be putting books in the hands of our children and our families, which will aid in the development of those language and literacy skills for our families. They'll be conveniently located at the centers. It's something as simple as, you know, I finished this book, I'm going to bring this back here and drop it off, and I'm going to pick a new book. So there'll be lots of books to choose from. And books can be expensive for families, and so this is a way that we can put books into the hands of our children on a daily basis, and it makes it very convenient for the families. So it works very well in collaboration with our goals for the Head Start program, which is one of the ways that our parents are involved. So I'm very pleased about this project, and as a book lover myself, it's very near and dear to my heart.
I love this project myself because this is a project that's going to be ongoing. In the past, Head Start has done a lot of service projects. We've done donations for the Orphans of the Storm. They've done a cancer team. However, this is something that can always be built on. It's something that's going to be ongoing, and it's going to last. It's not a one day we're done. It's putting a lot of time and effort, and it's going to be ongoing, and it can be made into something a lot bigger in the future.
Oh, absolutely. I was going to say, you could definitely inspire a lot of people to continue this program on a larger scale.
Yes, and I love it because this project is, for the most part, parent-ran. This is the group who's putting their heart into it. You're looking at a group of parents that are calling people to get donations and making flyers and picking books up. So it's great to see the parent involvement come out.
Absolutely. Who loves the kids more than the parents?
Yes.
Is that all you would like to add then? Thank you, ladies. Well, that's our show for today. I'd like to thank our guests, Ms. Barry Spersky and the Director of Armstrong County Community Action Agency Head Start, and Amy Hartzell, the Chair of the Head Start Policy Council. Our thanks goes out to the TV production crew of Armstrong High School, led by their teacher, Mr. Don Swanson. Please join us again next week for another look at Armstrong School District. For more information about the district, visit our website, and have a great week.